think a lot of people, including ourselves, have this misconception about fostering that it's just like means to adopt. We're here to be a safe place to land until these kids can reunify with their parents.
And on this week's Sunday Sit Down, the Up Center is hoping some of you at home will open your homes to a foster child. I'm joined by Sabrina Carr from the Up Center to talk more about how it works. Thanks for being here tonight, Sabrina.
Thanks for having me, Jon.
And thank you for the work you do, too. I think we need to highlight that because I was reading some of the statistics you sent me. Let's talk those out for people at home to understand why it's so important for them to get involved.
Absolutely. So what a lot of people don't know is that we are in crisis mode in terms of finding foster homes for children that are entering into care. For our agency alone, in the past recent months, we've had to turn away over 50 children that were in need of a foster home. And so we're looking to really fill that gap because these are when children need those homes the most. And so especially those older kiddos that are 10 and up and sibling groups, but children of all ages, we're trying to find some foster homes that can provide some teaching environments, nurturing homes, just to fill in that gap when they need it most before they can return back home.
And so let's talk about, kind of how this process works. So how do the kids come to you guys, and then how do you go about pairing them?
Sure. So we are a partner with social services. So we work with the local social services agencies. And when there's a need, they call us. And then if we're able to find a foster home for them, then we have that matching process happen. If we can't, then we let them know that we don't have them. But we are constantly out in the community bringing awareness, educating folks about the need for foster families, how we support those families, because we know that it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
And so we're here to support them in that journey throughout that process.
Especially right now during inflation, some people may be
Absolutely.
thinking, I have to feed another mouth.
I know.
But it's more rewarding than the
Yes.
short-term costs.
Yeah.
And potentially life-saving for some of these kids.
It is, and what we find from our foster families is that they think that, especially through the training, they are going to learn a lot, but they think the children are going to learn the most, but it's actually our families that tend to learn way more throughout this process.
And so these children, where are they coming from in Hampton Roads? Are they coming from, certain cities, or are they coming from the whole area?
All over. All over. Our program is primarily in the Southampton Roads area, but we do get kiddos from the peninsula, so Hampton and some parts of Newport News, but we get calls from all over, even across the state, Roanoke, Winchester. So all over the state, there's a high level need.
And
for foster families.
what's the age ranges that you guys serve for the kids?
We serve all children from birth all the way up to 18, but we do see an influx of need for those kiddos that are 10 and up, and those sibling groups.
What's usually the causes for these kids having to find another safe home to live in?
It could be neglect. It could be, substance abuse with the family, some circumstances that they've been exposed to in their home environment. And so, again, we just want to make sure that they're in a nurturing, safe place in that interim.
When we first started the segment off, for those just joining us, we heard from a foster family themselves talking about how it impacted them. For people at home who are on the fence about it, what does this do for that child? Just providing this home, what does that do for
Absolutely.
them?
So it just provides them that safe space. It also teaches them to see the world in a different way that maybe they haven't seen it before. We call it teaching environments because they're going to learn tons of things, not just the developmental things, but learning how to trust adults, learning how different skills. Different adventures, like we like to call them. They may be exposed to different things that they may have not been exposed to before. Different activities could be ice skating or guitar lessons or things like that. And we want to make sure we provide that to them before they're able to go back home.
And so if people want to open their homes and welcome a teen in, how can they do that?
Just give us a call. You can visit our website at theupcenter.org, and we'll walk you through the step. We are there with you every step of the way. We don't just sort of get you in and kind of leave you alone. We're there along the way. Even when you're fostering children, we're there to provide all different types of supports for our families.
All right, and we will have that information as well on wavy.com after the show as well. Thank you for being here, Sabrina.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
again for
me.
all the work you're doing for these kids.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll have another check of your forecast with meteorologist Steve Fundero when we come back, and then Nathan Epstein has the sports wrap.